So, Madam Speaker, time is of the essence.
Time was a recurring theme during this morning's session as a handful of bills required immediate consideration. Senator Rory Respicio's substituted Bill 334 to purchase new tabulation equipment was at the top of the agenda.
Because as you know, we have a primary and general election, and based on the Guam Election Commission's timelines, they're in dire need of this legislative appropriation.
The substituted measure would appropriate over $206,000 from the Supplemental Appropriations Revenue Funds to purchase 3 ballot tabulators along with ballot stock and coding services. The measure would also allocate over $23,000 to pay for the GEC's outstanding balance to the University of Guam for use of its field house as the election returned center in 2012. Appropriations Chair Senator Ben Pangilinan noted the SAR fund is the appropriate avenue to handle expenditures not originally budgeted for in the Budget Act. And with it being an appropriations measure, Senator Brant McCready felt it was appropriate to offer his own amendment to use $600,000 from the SAR fund to pay for prior year overtime for the Guam Police Department.
This is a must. If we, which I do believe we should, buy new tabulators for the Guam Election Commission, then by all means we should be paying overtime for our public safety officials who risk their lives every day to protect us. Anything short of that would be a lack of leadership in this body.
As to whether the amendment related to Bill 334, McCready says he expected some questions.
And you can say it's germane or you can say it's not germane, but it's an appropriation measure, and I think it's time that we focus our resources on where they count most, and public safety is one of them.
Speaker Judy Wampat, however, ruled that the amendment was not germane. She noted McCready could challenge her decision, which he did, but did not garner enough votes.
He's challenging my decision of it being non-germane on the basis of the legislature's standing rules and the law, because then, of course, he can turn around. He still has the opportunity, as any member here, is to introduce legislation, a totally separate legislation if he wants, then, and identify a funding source, of course, to appropriate.
McCready did just that shortly thereafter, officially introducing Bill 350 to pay for overtime owed to GPD officers. He says this measure is an attempt to properly reimburse our officers for the extra hours of work and sacrifice they willingly take on to protect the health and safety of the people of Guam. And while he did not vote in favor of McCready's challenge, Senator Michael St. Nicholas noted the legislature does need to do something comprehensive for our police department.
So I appreciate all the work that's been brought forward in this discussion. I look forward to all of us working together as a body to not only move Bill 334 forward, but to also fully address the overtime concerns that were rightfully brought up.
He calls the failed amendment as more of an issue of procedural integrity. Bill 334, meanwhile, was sent to the voting file. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Ken Quintanilla.